Hare Krishna, Prabhu. How did you come to Krishna consciousness? What was the unique turning point in your life? See, so my Krishna consciousness journey, it began when I was studying in my second year. I was studying at NIT Warangal. And I had this Hare Krishna mantra cassette with me. Those days were cassette days, tape recorder. So I had this Hare Krishna mantra cassette, and I used to like that tune. And I used to play that cassette on and off. So in my second year, I was playing that Hare Krishna mantra in the cassette player in my room, and I was hearing. At that time, I had no idea of what is ISKCON, the existence of ISKCON, what is the origin of this Hare Krishna mantra, 16 rounds, nothing, absolutely nothing. I just had that mantra. And ISKCON I lived in Calcutta for 25 years before my college, bought that. ISKCON was just about 4 kilometers away from my house, but I never knew that. I came to know about ISKCON after going 1,000 kilometers away from my house. So then as I was hearing this cassette, one of my senior, he was in third year, he walked into my room and then he said, you know, what is this Hare Krishna mantra? Do you want to know more about it? I said, he was my senior, how could I refuse? I said, yes, sure. You can tell me more about this Hare Krishna mantra. Anyway, I just like the melody of it and not knowing much about it, although some faith I had. So he said, okay, come, I'll take you. And that was the first time he was a life member of ISKCON. So he took me for the first time to an ISKCON temple, which was in Warangal, where I was studying. It was about 45 minutes away from the temple. He took me, and that was my first ISKCON temple visit in my second year. And I still remember that visit. I went in the evening, and there was very nice Sandhya Arati going on. Kiba Jaya Jaya Gora chanted, that one. And I attended that Arati. And after the Arati, there was a Bhagavad Gita class. And the temple president, Nanda Gopal Prabhu, or 4-5 years back, he passed away. He sat down to give us class. The Arati was very beautiful. It was a very different experience for me. And when he sat down, that was the first time I heard a class like that. And the class really changed my perception towards spirituality. For the first time, I heard about what is Bhagavad Gita, what is bhakti, what is devotion. And the thing that I liked most was every answer he was giving very logically, very scientifically, backed up by scriptural evidences. So I liked the way he was presenting. It sounded very scientific. It sounded very perfect. So I was very satisfied with all those answers. For the first time ever, I found good logical answers that made sense for the questions that I had. So that really convinced me, and at that visit, I still remember. After that, of course, I had prasadam, and prasadam, everybody is. How many of you love prasadam in ISKCON? All hands will go up, right? So that was like the icing on the cake. after hearing a wonderful philosophy, wonderful talk. So I heard all that, and then I had a few questions which I asked him, and very sound answers he gave for the questions that I asked. And then good prasadam, nice arti. So that was my first experience, and I would say that that was the turning point. I think that's a question. What was the unique turning point of your life? And when I went back, I was going in a three-wheeler. I was constantly thinking about my visit. Oh, it was such a wonderful visit I had. I met such a nice devotee. I heard such a nice philosophy. He answered so beautifully all the questions. And it was so beautiful to see it. There was Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Maze. So from that day, this was my turning point. From that day, there was no looking back. Every weekend, I was in the temple. Every Saturday. So earlier, every Saturday, Sunday, we would just while away time here and there, going this place, that place. From that day, everything stopped, and my weekends were at the temple. Because so by Friday, I would start hankering when the Sunday, or rather even much before that, I would start hankering when the weekend will come and I'll go to the temple. So I think this is what attraction is. Slowly, it grew. There were many stories, many things that happened, and I remember I would bunk my last period. My college timing, I think, was 8 to 5 a.m., 8 to 5 p.m. And the prasadam in the temple, the dinner prasadam, they would take at 5 p.m. It was two-time prasadam, 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. So if I attend the 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. class, and then I go 45 minutes drive, I'll miss the prasadam. Prasadam is 5 to 5:30. So I started bunking my last period, 4 to 5, so that I can go at 4, reach there by 4:45 and have nice prasad. So the temple president figured out. He said, earlier you were coming at 5:45. How come you're coming 1 hour early? Are you attending class? So I cannot speak lies. I said, no, I'm not attending. He says, no, you must not miss class. You must attend to your college, to your studies properly. You're a student. You must study. You come late, we will keep an extra plate of prasad for you so that you don't miss prasad. So he cared for me so much. That was another turning point. I developed a lot of respect and love for him, that he felt for me. Although I was a student, he didn't tell me, stop all these studies, just come and attend Krishna. He said, you must do your studies, and we will keep a plate of prasadam for you so that you don't miss out on you should not. So he didn't want me to miss out on the studies, nor on the prasadam. So like this, the journey began and went on, and these were some of the memorable things in my KC life. So from second year, third year, final year, and then it was all going forward. So these are some of my recollections of my early days. Hare Krishna.